Hi, how are you doing? My name is Aiman. I am an operations analyst with Great Eastern Takaful Berhad, and I'll be taking you through a day in my life, what I do for work, what I do when I'm not working, and later on 5 positive traits about myself. Let's go. So you just saw me riding to work and got home. Got to work, and then sometimes, of course, I do work from home as well. So that's just a bit a glimpse of what usually happens during the day for my current role. So my current role right now is I call it operations analyst, but what it is actually a manager position for new business responsibility for Great Eastern Takaful, specifically for the B40 market. So uh, B40 market, of course, you know that it's currently underserved, and then this is where I come in. There's a initiative or scheme developed by the government, My Salam. So that's where I'm in. That's right now. So what I do every day is basically uh, a lot of operations, but mainly what I want to say in this right now is I get data from the government. So the data is for the data where the government do their payouts for programs such as, before this was known by its name, BRIM, Bantuan Rakyat Satu Malaysia. And then BRIM, it was rebranded as BSH, Bantuan Sara Hidup. And then later was rebranded again, Bantuan Perhatian Rakyat for 2022, rebranded again, Bantuan Keluarga Malaysia. So the data of those who applied for that scheme and got the payment for that, I get them. So I get them in two files. I get them in text files actually. I get one is a pemohon file, one is a pasangan file. So what I do is I process that data using a tool. It's a C++ based tool. What I do is essentially the code was built initially by the actuarial team. So what I do, I just maintain the software that and just change a bit the code here and there, very minimal based on what I need to do. So I combine the data, I process it, and then I come up with a list of people that should be eligible for the coverage, for the My Salam coverage, which is maintained by Great Eastern Takaful Berhad. I do onboarding, customer onboarding at the back end system. It's a IBS AS400 system. And then I also work with our third party administrator to have that uploaded at the front end. So if you Google mysalam.com.my, so that website is made developed by our TPA, third party administrator. Share with them the data, they onboard those at the front end, and then from there the members or those who are eligible can view the eligibility. They can check, they can submit any claim. Yeah, so that's the a big quote unquote project or ongoing big BAU for me. Other than that, I do maintenance lah. I do this of I do the system enhancements, if there are perhaps reports or functions that we need to do, that we need to either extract from the front end portal or the back end system. So I'll come in on the new business part lah, where anything that is concerning the customer record, I will actually need to do do the requirements, what needs to be enhanced, and then go through the UAT process, actually doing the UAT, verifying it's okay, and then having it deployed. And then once you get there, it's BAU, and then yeah. So other than that, I would say, because I've had customer service experience before, so what happened is I occasionally attend to customers that are coming in wanting to inquire their claims whatsoever. So that's very minimal. I've kept that to very minimal right now, and I also participates in the I would say roadshow that we do with our crews, because we have kiosk station nationwide for this My Salam scheme, and then we do a crew roadshow where we come to them, hear what are their challenges that they're facing in their daily task, and basically do sharing, reflecting, and then just making sure that everyone is on up to date on the latest development for the scheme. So that's my experience with Yayasan Takaful right now. And as I mentioned a bit previously, I don't know whether that's gonna be later or before this clip, but I also have had experience with complaints management, and then fraud investigation from there. So that's the most recent within this past 10 years, and then those before are more of a entry level post with a bank, and then with a media company. So that's it for my work, and now we're gonna go to the just a short clip on what My Salam is, those things that you can find online or in TikTok. And the last bit is actually, I just put it in for my own benefit. So see you in a bit.
Let me take you dancing like that, 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 that.
My Salam, skim perlindungan nasional B40 untuk penerima BSH berumur 18 hingga 65 tahun. Ia merangkumi perlindungan 45 penyakit kritikal sebanyak RM8,000 sekali seumur hidup dan penggantian pendapatan RM50 sehari sehingga 14 hari setahun. Ini juga merangkumi penyakit coronavirus jika anda dirawat di hospital panel yang sah bagi mereka di bawah siasatan PUI. Pastikan anda dilindungi oleh My Salam. Sila layari mysalam.com.my.
Welcome back. So that was a short clip, hopefully for you, and then we're gonna go to the hobbies that I have. So I'm married with 3 kids right now, so I have plenty of interests. I just don't have time for them to make them as hobbies. So I just do mainly 2 things on the times that I'm off. So either one, taking care of the kids, or just making sure that they're happy, they have something to do, taking them to like things to do, things that I didn't get to do when I was a kid. So I wanted them to experience now that I can do that. And then if I'm not doing that, I'll be spending my time actually learning. So the learning part, I'm gonna go a bit with you on the next break. going to hobby, and my hobby is right now is basically learning. So and then why do I put up a LinkedIn page? For this is just uh, for you to see that my learning, at least for my own purpose, is to for me to be able to show people from my prior experience and the things that I want to do next. That's where I'm putting most of my efforts right now. Yeah, so I've been on this journey for close to 2 years now. It's a bit late seeing that I'm already 33. Other people have worked on this since they've graduated their college. But uh, I think this is the best time for me to spend my 30s lah. So I've done some certifications related to industry, mainly in insurance, and right now I'm just going into data science, data analytics. So I'm doing courses on that. As you can see, I have several courses that I've bought and trying to go through right now. Uh, so on top of that, on top of the data science, data analytics things, I also because my previous experience was in complaints, but I had exposure to fraud investigation. So I actually had for this role, service quality management, this had a lot of tasks to do with actually investigating misappropriation of funds from agents, complaints from customers of their agents doing their misappropriating their contribution amount. So yeah, so I from that experience I got to doing this. This certification I just recently completed. I got the results this month, and then I'm also in the midst of studying for certified fraud examination. And aside from that, other trainings that the company might offer, I'll take it up. Otherwise, I'm more than happy to explore myself. The only thing that I don't have right now is actually time to spend with um, uh, people if I really want to go into this and then have it completed as soon as I can. So yeah, so I've been juggling that, and that's basically that's my hobby for the past two years lah, trying to play catch up with everyone, just trying to put myself out there just for everyone to see uh what I have, what are my experience within the industry, and how can I contribute to the workplace in the next workplace I want to go, which hopefully employs hopefully have roles for data analytics, data science, which I can get into. So that's basically. Thanks. Yep. So I think we're almost to the end of this video. Just one last item on positive traits about myself, right? So I think I have number one. I think I have high emotional intelligence. So I think I owe this to my experience working in the customer service line, answering calls. From then moving on to managing complaints with customers on insurance matters. Uh, so I have gotten an experience. Those experience allowed me to experience to be in a position where I need to deal with people. And then those situations, when I actually deal with people, is usually under less than perfect circumstances. What I mean by that is uh, complaints. They're not satisfied with the service. They're not satisfied with why they're not getting their claim, etc., etc. All those common issues that you hear with when someone deals with an insurance or takaful companies, right? So I've had a lot of opportunity actually to deal with irate customers, and then I think my trait, having had the experience, is actually be in a position where I need to control my emotions, and then figure out a way of how do I manage this interaction so that it can at least, and in that particular instance, and in a neutral way. So it's like trying to neutralize the situation, right? So what that entails is that it actually uh, involves me literally listening to people, understanding what's the problem, and then not to overpromise of what I can do or what I can help figure out, but just letting them know that, hey, we listen to you. Sorry you have not had a pleasant time at dealing with all those service channels, all those people that have dealt before, but I'm gonna let you know that I'll give you some information that I can share as soon as I get them, and then hopefully we can resolve the situation together lah. So that's emotional intelligence for number one. Right, for communicate sorry, I got ahead a bit of myself. So for number two, for my positive trait about myself is the my communication skills. So I've been blessed to I actually did my undergraduate studies in Texas. I was supposed actually to be a teacher. Didn't actually follow through that line. So I've had I would say an okay command of the English language. So with that knowledge, of course, I am bilingual. So um, this helps me to be in a situation where, at least in Malaysia, be in a situation where, okay, is there a problem here? What's the problem? How can we work on it? And then I'll let you know. I'll give you an update on the situation. Just on the general idea of trying to get things along. Yeah. So I think that's my second positive trait. My communication skills, which is based actually to with my ability with language and people. Yep. So gonna go to number three. So we've come to number three on the positive trait about myself is adaptability. So like I mentioned earlier that I actually graduated with an arts degree or education degree, and then now being in a financial services line, having to deal with systems, computer stuff, things that I didn't actually do for my undergrad study, which is uh, uh, that's the point. So didn't I didn't have the background in all this IT stuff, but I've come to know and like and actually enjoy working with what different softwares do, what do they do, how do you use them, what data can I get from them, how do I get people to understand things from this data. So I think I'm adaptable in that sense. Yeah, and I think it's a trait that most people actually need in and would probably already have to navigate this modern world. So that's just one example of adaptability for positive trait. So we're gonna go to number four. So number four, positive trait. My fourth positive trait is self-aware. So self-aware, I think I would say in terms of gut feeling lah. So what I mean by gut feeling here is that I when I do things a certain way, I interact with people in the workplace environment, right? So I think I have a pretty good assumption of how people view me, and I am mostly usually correct. I know it's debatable self-claim, right? So for me to say that, but I think I'm pretty much self-aware of how others perceive me, and then I try to make steps to come to a certain level of proficiency or understanding in terms of how I do things, so that people would hopefully view me in a better light, positive light. So so in the idea of self-aware is that I know that I have an general understanding of how people view me. And yeah, so I'm just gonna end it at that. So we're going to the last one, and then that's it. So we're on the last point for positive trait about myself, which is the fifth one, and that's the capacity and willingness to learn. So I've had, as I mentioned just now, that I've had a background in education, so I'm grateful to have had that experience where I come to understand uh, and appreciate the value of learning and continuous learning can do for one's life. So upscaling is a big thing right now, and then right now I'm just so excited to learn new things, to learn more things, and then hopefully I can make full use of that learning for my next endeavor. And that next endeavor, hopefully it will be on the realm of data analytics and data science. Thank you. So that's the end, and thank you, Satesh, for watching this video, and I'm sorry to have submitted this late from the deadline. Terribly sorry, and hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.